The visitor center is a really special place. You feel the spirit, they're very strong. I actually wasn't originally called to be a visitor center sister. When you're called, it says on your mission call, so I was a full proselyting sister. So it was interesting that my very last transfer actually got called to be in the visitor center, which was humbling for me because on your last transfer, you're like, I know everything there is to know, like, I'm good. I'm like training other sisters, I'm cool. But I got put into a new environment where things were different, teaching styles are different, and I was like, oh man, I gotta be humbled and learn. So the visitor center is different because people come to you, obviously to be taught. But I guess not to be taught, sometimes it's more as a sight. A lot of people come in from town and they're like, oh, there's a temple. Because the temple in Oakland is on the top of this big hill so everyone can see it. So it's like a monument almost. They actually say that airlines use it as a, what's it called, like a point of reference so they can know where to land because it's lit up at night. So it's pretty cool. And I remember some people like down in the ghetto would call it Disneyland because it looked like, a castle. So it's cool. So people come up there and they're like, oh, we've always wanted to come up here. Temple's beautiful. There's a river coming down and the visitor center's right next to it. So you have people coming from all over. So right when you walk in, like any visitor center, there's the statue of Christ and people are just drawn to it. They love it. And it's a different teaching style. You are usually teaching the investigators of other missionaries. Lots of times, like missionaries will have their investigators come up and have a lesson there. Or they want to teach them something specifically like eternal families or baptism for the dead or the prophets. So they show them like the Joseph Smith movie or something. So it's a different experience because they're not specifically your investigators, but it's amazing that you can receive revelation for those people, even though you're not teaching them all the time. Somehow Heavenly Father lets you know in like 5 minutes what they need. So it's really cool that way. I'm trying to think. One really cool experience I had, I think it was like my first or second week there. I was only there 6 weeks, so it wasn't that long. But there was this girl who just came in out of the blue. She was sitting in the very front, just like in one of the front chairs, and she almost sat there like she didn't want to bother anyone, just sitting there like taking it in. So me and my companion looked at each other and we're like, so has somebody talked to this girl? Did somebody bring her? What's going on? So we were like, let's go talk to her. Let's see what's up, So we went up and talked to her and she's like, so I found your church on the internet, and I've been looking at it and I think I want to get baptized. And we were like, what? Like, have you talked to missionaries before? And she said, no, I just really feel good about it. She was probably like 24, really young. You wouldn't think somebody would do that, but we're like, yeah, let's get you hooked up with the missionaries. So we got our contact information down. The missionaries went and saw her, and it was great. Like, miracles happened, and she just was led to the temple and felt the Spirit instinctively when she was there. So it was an amazing experience to see that people really search it out, and the visitor center is somewhere they can go that they'll know they'll find it.